Hello everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today I'm going to be doing my A Pan for Walt Disney update number 4 already. My goodness, this is a very ambitious project because there are 100 prompts coming from classic Disney princess movies, Disney original channel movies. So there's so many things to get to 100 prompts, and as always with any project I do, I want to at least work on all of the prompts. I've set myself up with some very difficult items. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I was thinking for some of these, and I have a lot of items that goals are moving out so quick. So let's just talk about I think I'm at 14 at this point, the 14 items I have currently in the project. We'll talk through the progress, the empties, the new roll-ins. Let's kick it off. So we're going to start off with some of the original items still from the introduction, starting off with Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. So I went very much on like the defensive, going to protect you strategy. So I had rolled in from La Roche-Posay. This is their Gel Cream SPF 60. It has an expiration date of August of 2025. So again, good to be using it now. Okay, so I have used it. This is really good. The problem is, though, it is November, and I don't wear sunscreen every day because there's no point to wearing sunscreen every day because we're starting to get to that point of the year where I am driving to work in the dark, or, the sun's just coming up, and there are some days when I'm coming home in the dark. So I'm trying to make sure I'm using this on weekends for dog walks, even on cloudy days. So I'm trying, you guys. There's not much left. It's really hard to squeeze out. I'm contemplating cutting into this to get the last out, but it's also like, yeah, it's just, I'm not consistently using it like I was in the summer when I kind of started this project. So I am making progress on that. It'll get done when it gets done. Next up was the prompt of cowbell, so something that you spent your money on. Why did I roll this in? I don't know, but I wanted to play with it. This is from Pixie Skin Treats. This is the Peel and Polish Resurfacing Concentrate. This I will use in the shower as my masking kind of treatment on days I'm more rushed. And obviously because it's exfoliating, you have to be careful with other exfoliating products. So still real consistent, about this-ish much, just kind of based on squeezy tests, unfortunately. So the good news is I am making some progress, but not much. Again, I still have too many exfoliating items, so it's hard to focus on it. And I'm trying to reach for the actual mass over this guy, so it's making some progress. All right, I'm hitting a couple empties now, you guys. The Sword in the Stone. This is an item that helps other items. So I had rolled in my Shadow Light. Sorry, this is from Sandbar. This is the Shadow Light Long Wear Eyeshadow Primer. It is now finally empty, you guys. Look at that. I had scraped out as much as I possibly could out of there. Oh, I'm so pleased to have this thing finally done. So it's just exciting to get something like this out of the collection because you don't work through very many of these, unfortunately. So that is a goal met. It will be replaced, as will the prompt of Descendants. So Descendants was something that changes your look for the better. Mascara is one of those things for me. I didn't track uses because I wear it every single day. Like, I do my makeup literally every day unless I'm like bedridden sick, like the entire day. So I've been playing with the Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. This is their Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. Like with mascaras, I've just reached the point where I'm calling it done. I did like it, but at this point, it's too much work to try to get the product built up on the eyelashes. I had this going for several months. I believe this was open for a month before this project, or before I rolled it in. So I've probably been playing with this for 4 months or 5 months, so I'm glad to have a mascara out, and I've been playing with another one. Now this one I wanted to have done for this update. I got close, not close enough. This was for Meet the Robinsons. So this is an item that you will continue to repurchase. So I had rolled in from Dr. Teal's the Pure Epsom Salt Soaking Solution. This is the Glow and Radiance with vitamin C and citrus essential oils. This is my second bag of the Dr. Teal's. It is my second bag of the vitamin C, and I have repurchased the coconut one this time just to switch it up. I've literally got, I think, 1 use left down here at the bottom, you guys. So I was here, and I got it down to here. So again, this is really hard to mark accurately, so I don't super trust these markings, but I think one more use should be able to get this guy finished off. So I wasn't very good with my baths. For Cadet Kelly, this was an item you held yourself off of buying at first, but then eventually you went ahead and bought it. So that is from this is Bath & Body Works, their exfoliating lip scrub in Banana Bonanza. You'll see where I was last time. I love these lip scrubs, and I was so intrigued about this particular scent, so I just had to give it a shot. There was not much left as of the last update, so now it is no surprise that it is empty. Yeah, and I'm just kind of thrilled. I do have a second of these, so I have a backup in my collection, which I will probably save for next summer, but at least I got the duplication out. For Sleeping Beauty, an item that's part of your nighttime routine, or in this particular case, my every other nighttime routine. This is from Mary Kay. This is their Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.5 Serum. So I use this about every second night. I was there. I got to about here based on a squeezy test. Hard to really test this accurately. Made a little bit of a mess at the bottom trying to get a mark for you guys. Great. Yeah, I'm using it generally every second night. I think I used it a little bit less over this last month though compared to the last time, but making progress on this, and it's going to be in the project for a while. Now we're getting into the stuff I rolled in last update, and there was a lot of stuff I rolled in because I knew I'd be able to get it out this month. So first off, we have the Black Cauldron. The Black Cauldron, I believe the prompt was for like a darker item. So either darker packaging, darker product. So I went for this guy here from CoverGirl. This is their Lip Perfection Jumbo Gloss Balm. And I always thought this was too deep and too dark, which is why I never gravitated towards it. Now, I had set a goal of 20 uses on this. And as you guys can see, I think I used it twice, you guys. This color is beautiful. I really liked it. And I obviously got too intimidated by the color of the cap. But this does have that Play-Doh-y kind of smell. And although I think I could still use it for a little bit, it is turning. And I'd rather put my focus on items that haven't turned yet. Because, again, I got a lot of lip stuff. I gotta get through it. So this is actually going to be a declutter, which was basically that was the goal was. It was either 20 uses or declutter. I'm going to declutter because the formula has changed. The scent has changed. The color is beautiful though. So I'm a little bit sad about it. But, you know, that's what I get for buying too many lip products at one time and, you know, being intimidated by the color and letting that kind of steer me off for a little bit. So there's kind of our sad note for this time. So next up was Bad Hair Day. So one of the ways we could have taken this particular prompt is an item that you were influenced to buy for YouTube, TikTok, etc. You want to be part of the hype. So I had picked my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer because everyone talks about these. The scent is a big component of that, but it is a really good bronzer. I do enjoy it. I am wearing this bronzer today. You'll see where I was last time. I had rolled in a 20 use goal on it just to kind of get ahead because I do want to pan this. So a nice little sneak peek for my plan to pan for 2025 for makeup. And I made some real good progress on it over the last month. I actually reached for it 24 times because I couldn't remember if I said 20 or 25. So I just kind of kept reaching for it. And this is where I'm at today. So as you can see, this has all expanded as is here. I've generally, like, for my big fluffy brush, just kind of tried to get everything. But then for doing more of the cheeks, I've focused more here just because that's where the product is built up a little bit higher. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. But so that's kind of what my plan of attack was. Obviously, I've been making fantastic progress on it. I'm a little bit sad to be rolling it out, but I do have a little trio that I've rolled into another project with a pretty hefty usage goal. So now that this update's been completed, I'm going to switch over. Next up was the Chronicles of Narnia. Oh, definitely near and dear to my heart. So we went with a magic themed prompt. So that I rolled in my Ace Beauté Mystic Romance palette because they were shade, obviously it's Mystic Romance, but we also had shade names like Temptress, Spellbound, Enchanted, Mystic. So there were some names in here that seem to really fit that magic theme. This is the palette I'm wearing today for the 10th time, which was my goal, was to use this 10 times. So for 10 holistic looks, this was kind of like my more colorful play palette for the month. So as you guys can see, this is what the palette looks like. And probably the biggest progress was on the shade Starry down here. Such a gorgeous color. Gorgeous. Today I am wearing, what am I wearing today? I'm wearing Sacred, Enigma, Haze, Celestial, and Aura today. So there's still some shades. Have I even used all of them yet? I've still not used this more cranberry raspberry shade. So almost no Pan Lip Pine complete on this palette, but I am going to roll it out. I'm honestly on the struggle bus a little bit with this palette because there are some shades in here that are so similar to other things in the palette. And a lot of these kind of tones, like these reddy tones, I don't really reach in towards. I don't use a black eyeshadow very often. So I almost kind of want to rip the palette apart. I almost don't want to at the same time. That's my problem with ASPHA. All of the palettes I've gotten from ASPHA have been in BoxyCharm. And while I've enjoyed their eyeshadows and the quality of them, the color stories just aren't quite the best fit. Freaky Friday! So this was a parent or kid choice. I don't have kids, but I do have dogs, so close enough, depending on the pet parent you ask. So I had my dogs. I tried to get both Anya and Willow in on the action to try to pick out a little perfume fragrance sample that I would use up. Willow, because she has expensive taste, eventually picked this one from Chanel. This is their Chanel EDP in Gabrielle. And it was somewhere, the marking is gone. There's a tiny bit left down here at the bottom that I cannot get out, but I am glad to have this guy finished. It took me like 9 uses, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending if I had skin exposed or not, like I would do like 5, 6 at the elbow sometimes. Not all the time. I wore a lot of long sleeve shirts because, you know, it's getting cold, but I'm glad to have that one out of the collection. The Hunchback in Notre Dame. So we had to pick broken packaging. So I went with my NARS blush in Orgasm because, yeah, the top is completely done on this. I still want to hit pan in this blush. I was working on it throughout Throwback 30, and I did throw a 20 use goal in this project, and I was using it as consistently as I was using the butter bronzer. So 24 uses, which, as you can see, broken packaging here, got me to this point. So I did just ding it up. I scratched it. That is not pan. That's just me scratching it. So yeah, great job, Karina. But this is where I'm at now. This month I was focused on more like evening the pan or like the shade out a little bit more. Because in my last month of Throwback 30, I kind of just focused in the middle trying to hit that pan. And yeah, like if you guys can see, like on this side here, like it's getting down there. So maybe I'm getting somewhat-ish close, but still a long way to go. But 2025 is likely going to be the year I finally hit pan on this blush because I've used it so much this year and I am wearing it today. Next up was Big Hero 6. So this was the soft product, a squishy product, or a large product. So I had rolled in my St. Ives. This is their Soothing Body Wash in Oatmeal and Shea Butter. I was using this with Sunrise Woods from Bath & Body Works and Deck of Panning, and I've been using it with some other things to try to get this finished off. And guys, I've been enjoying this scent. The further down I get, the more I've been enjoying it, which is fantastic. I was optimistic I could have gotten this done. If it wasn't for stuff I have in Deck of Panning, I may have been able to get there. But the dent is amazing for me. So I was all the way up here at the last update, and I've gone it all the way down to here. I've done so well with this body wash. I've got a quarter-ish of the product left, and I'm just excited to keep playing with this. I am enjoying it, and I do want to get this out, which means hopefully for my next update, then I'll have this out of my collection before my body care inventory, so that's going to be really nice because it is a big bottle at 650 milliliters. So yeah, big one. So the last item that I had rolled into this project for Geek Charming was an item you had a bad first impression of, or an item like you didn't have a good impression of at the beginning, didn't like it, didn't touch it, but you grew to love it. And for me, like hand sanitizer, I always hated hand sanitizer until I got into the Bath and Body Works ones. Like, I don't know what it was. I just always wanted to wash my hands instead of using hand sanitizer. So I am still working on a fall scent for that. It is champagne apple and honey. It is this year's packaging of it. I believe this was full or just about full at the last update. I don't have a mark on it anymore. But as you guys can see, I've gone it down to this point here. So I'm making really good progress. This is the pocket back that I'm putting the most focus on at this particular point. Partly because of the need to get through prompts in this project, but also fall is counting down real quick. So I kind of want to get all my fall stuff out. So I've been working on this. My hand soaps, I have 3 fall hand soaps in rotation right now. 2 of them are getting real close to getting done. One of them is about halfway, so I just kind of want to get it all out so I can start putting out holiday stuff. I'm kind of getting the holiday bug a little bit early this year. So let me know how you guys doing. Are you guys feeling Christmassy, holiday spirit yet? Or is it still too early? Normally it's too early, but it's like, I'm starting to feel it this year. Champagne apple and honey is my favorite fall scent, so I am still enjoying it, of course. And it has scent notes of champagne, apple, jasmine, autumn woods. Love it so much. Less than half of it now. All right, you guys. So now this is the time where I get to roll in all of the new stuff. So Tiny Decisions is going to be working a lot because I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items that have to be rolled in. Oh my goodness, that is so many prompts, and I had big decisions to make about what I wanted to do with them. And obviously I want to make sure we keep things moving because some of these items are still really long term. Gonna be hanging around for a bit. So with 8 new movies, 8 new prompts, 8 new items to bring in, 8 new sets of goals to reach, let's see what I'm able to do over the next month. First off, I rolled in Dinosaur, which is the oldest product in your collection, oldest like in the category overall, whatever you want to do with it. So many ways I could have gone with it, but I did want to add another fragrance sample into this project because I have so many of them. So many of them. And I just love reaching for my Bath & Body Works, so I'm not going to reach for a perfume sample over those unless they're in a project. I've been doing a lot of perfume samples this month. So we're going to add another one in, and I think this might potentially, it's definitely one of my oldest, if it's not the oldest, so we're going to try with it. This is from Jo Malone. So this little guy here, I've got the sample pack still here. This is their English Pear and Freesia cologne. So this one has notes of, the essence of autumn. So I thought the timing was very good. It's supposed to be mellow, cool, golden. It's supposed to be a very fruity scent, which I like my fruity scents, and especially after that Chanel, I need a better fragrance here. Top is King William Pear, heart is Freesia, and base is patchouli. Not big on patchouli, unfortunately. But I know I've worn this at least once before, and I did like it. So I've put my starting mark right there, and I've got a skinnier bottle to work through, so we should see that progress very quickly. It is a cologne, which is kind of interesting, but I'm excited. I remember liking it, and I love pear. So I'm going to play with this and get it done. Next up was The Princess and the Frog. So for this, you have to go for different packaging. Obviously, so many ways I could go with it, but I think this is also going to be a makeup item in my plan to pan for 2025. And I just love the packaging, even though I don't really like the item itself. And that, you've seen it in other projects fairly recently. This is my Too Faced lipstick, the Too Femme Heartcore lipstick in, Too Femme 02. So there we go. It's a heart. And the packaging means it stands out in my collection. It is a little bit unique and different, and I won't declutter it because of the packaging, even though I don't like it. I got 20 uses already from the other project, so there's a little bit of a dent on this lipstick already. This is a very like springtime bubbly gum pink, so like that heart core in the middle is more what the color looks like, unfortunately. So I'm going to go for another 20 uses on it, so I can do that in a month, and this is just going to be a lipstick I reach for when I'm at home. And just try to get some use on this. I love the packaging. It's so different and fun and playful. Just Not a big fan of the color. Next up was The Lady and the Tramp. This was something that you didn't think you would love, but then you grew to love it. And for me, like I've always loved the idea of like a glitter nail polish. But they can be a little bit challenging. Even as a topper, like sometimes they can be really difficult to work with, and that hassle made me not want to work with it. But I do have peel off base coats now, and depending on the formula, you don't even need it. And I love the look, and especially this particular color. I just want to play with it a little bit more. This has been in a project before. This is my Quo Beauty. This is the Extreme Fix Nail Color in the shade Periwinkle Pop. It is a beautiful topper. It is like, honestly, Cinderella. Cinderella in a bottle for her dress with sparkles. It's stunning. It's, okay, so the sparkles are blue. They're pink. There's almost sometimes purple leaning. There's sometimes a little bit green. This is gorgeous. And I want to use it. Because it's a topper, I'm going to reach for it 10 times and then roll it out. So that's what I'm going to do for Lady and the Tramp. Because, again, a product that I wasn't sure I would like, and especially with this kind of color, but I've been doing a lot more blues. So we're going to roll that in. Lots of similar products. So things you've seen before, things that have been in projects. Next up was Mary Poppins. So for Mary Poppins, this is an item that you love so much it makes you want to sing. So, lots of ways I could go with that. For Mary Poppins, I went for an item that I really enjoy using. I think this is my last one in the collection. I've been panning a lot of these. I really do enjoy them. I don't think I'm going to repurchase or go out of my way to get them in my collection, but I'll be thrilled to have more of them. And that is this guy here, the Avene Thermal Spring Water. It's another of the sample sizes, deluxe sizes, mini sizes. I'm not really sure. There's use on here already. I've guesstimated here at the absolute maximum. It's probably a little bit lower, like here-ish or so. But I really do like this. I like using it after the shower to add a bit of hydration to the face before you go in with your skincare. But this is really good, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to roll this in because I'm using it anyway. Bolt. It's a great movie. So for Bolt, you had two different prompt choices. You go with something with caffeine in it or something that is yellow. You guys know I just rolled out the Banana Bonanza, so let's bring some Banana Bonanza back. Because it's, I don't know why, but it's yellow. As you guys can see, we got the bananas, we got the packaging. The gloss itself is clear. This is the Bath & Body Works Banana Bonanza Lip Gloss. I've enjoyed reaching into this from time to time. It is the only Bath & Body Works gloss I currently have in my collection, so I want to get some use on it because, again, I've already started using it a tiny bit. I'm not going to mark this product because I've only used it a little bit and you don't need very much at a time. It does have that super strong banana like artificial banana ear infection medicine that also has that banana scent and flavor. So yeah, it's an experience using this. 20 uses is going to be my goal on it. Let's see how I can do. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next prompt was Pocahontas. And I know people are really like not divided on that movie. There's a lot of criticism against it. But I love that movie so much. The music in particular, like, so you know Colors of the Wind at the end. Oh my goodness. Like Colors of the Wind at the end of the movie is like the instrumental there will bring me to tears. It is so stinking good. I love it so much. Like the soundtrack is top tier Disney in my opinion, and the rest of the movie I think is pretty darn great as well. So it is up there for one of my personal favorites. For the prompt of Pocahontas, we are leaning into that whole Colors of the Wind and really embracing all of those different colors there. So here with Colors of the Wind, we are going with your favorite color. My favorite color is purple, and I feel like I haven't been able to play with a whole lot of purple eyeshadow. Ace Beauté had some purples in there, so I was enjoying reaching for that. So I'm going to reach into one of my single palettes here. So this is a whole bunch of different stuff I have depotted. So here's what it looks like in here. So I've got these ones are Ofra, these two here. This is, I'm going to guess Ciate London. but it might not be. I might be wrong. These are Wander Beauty. This is an Elizabeth Arden trio, and these are from Cab Cosmetics. So this palette here, I just want to play with. We got a lot of purple options in here, so a lot of this, obviously this. So I want to reach for this palette 10 times. I'm not going to stipulate that all of the looks have to be purple looks, but probably most of them are going to end up being purple. I just want to play with purple eyeshadow, and I've got a couple different options to go with in here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get you guys nice and close so you can see all of the prettiness in here. But I'm just so excited to play with it. And again, same goal. I want to have 10 uses. So 10 holistic looks from this palette, and that will be my goal for Pocahontas. 2 props left. Okay, next up I had Radio Rebel. So Radio Rebel, this is something that you keep secret at first, and then you tell people about it. And the suggestion was there, like, you don't tell people that you bought a controversial brand until later on. So one of the things I've decided to do, and I kind of been doing on my channel, is anything that's Mary Kay. Like, obviously I do have some Mary Kay already in this project, but I don't feature it in a haul video. And again, is it an MLM? They say they're not. Whatever. There's a lot of stories surrounding Mary Kay. They have a lot of good products. They really do. But they are definitely a controversial brand. I do have some stuff that's a staple for me that I use all the time, including this guy here. So this is the Mary Kay Under Eye Corrector. I use this every single day because I have, wonderful dark circles that require this and concealer. So I've gone through a couple of these already. So I just really enjoy this peachy tone. It works pretty well for me. And you guys have seen these in my empties before. So I'm going to use this. The goal is going to be to finish it. It's going to take me a while because it takes me a while to work my way through it. This has been open for a couple months now at this point. 6 grams of product in there. But again, I'm only using it on a smaller area of the face. But I do use it every day. So that is going to be my Radio Rebel. I kind of keep it a secret. I kind of just talk about them in my empties or when I roll them into projects. But yeah, that's going to be that guy. And then the very last item was the Little Mermaid. So for the Little Mermaid, this is going to also be in the project for quite a while. Quite a while, you guys. Because now we're doing a waterproof item, which apparently was stinking difficult to find in my collection. Obviously, mascara is a good one to go to. I do have some waterproof mascaras in my collection. I do prefer non-waterproof because it's easier to remove, and generally most mascaras do fine for me, even being non-waterproof. But I just rolled in a mascara into another project I just started using, so I wasn't going to pull in a mascara to then wait for like 4 months and then start using. Like, that's not worth it. So I went with an eyeliner. This is from BoxyCharm. This is their Tarte Double Take Awake Micro Liquid Liner and Brightener. There we go. So it is a dual-ended product. So on one side we have a black liquid liner, and on the other side we have the Inner Rim Gel Brightener. It's not white, which is good. I don't like a white on the lower lash line. So the idea is you'd have a look something like that. Now, of course, if I end up not liking how this side looks, I'm not going to continue using it. But a black eyeliner is something I do enjoy. I am wearing one today. It is not this one because it's still in the box. But yeah, that other liner I've been using is not a liquid liner, so I'm okay putting that one to the side and using this one. And as the packaging says, waterproof right there. So I was thrilled to see that because apparently I don't have a whole ton of waterproof stuff. So let's pull it out of the box. A black eyeliner is a staple for me. So there we go. This is what I'm going to be playing with. This is good for 6 months after opening. It takes me a long, like the last black liquid liner you guys saw me work through took me just over a year to finish. That was the Serafino Botanicals liquid liner, the Luna. That one was water resistant, so not waterproof. And that was in my Dungeons & Dragons Project Pan. But this is what I'm going to be working on now. Let's see how long it takes me to work my way through it. You guys, just speed around the end of this. The goals section, I have lots of stuff I'm going to be hopefully able to hit goals on. Obviously, still progressing on a lot of stuff. But one use probably left in the bath soap, so get that done. I want to finish off what's left of the St. Ives body wash. Loving that. I want to finish the less than half of the Champagne Apple and Honey Pocket Back, the Jo Malone Pear Perfume or Cologne. I want to get that finished. I want to get my 20 uses on my Too Faced lipstick. I want to finish the Avene Thermal Spring Water. I want to get my 10 uses on Quo Periwinkle Pop, using that as a topper. Get my 20 uses on the Banana Bonanza lip gloss. And finally, I want to get my 10 uses on my little Z palette, particularly focusing on purple shades, but not necessarily exclusively the purple shades. Okay, that's a whole bunch of stuff, but that's going to wrap up the 4th update for A Pan for Walt Disney. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss my next update or any of my other penny content, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.